Well, welcome back to the channel and thank you so much for joining the channel today. If you are new here, please do not forget to subscribe and support the movement. It's very important. So today I want to talk about this update. It's a new policy coming from Australia, and it is a visa update to those who still intend to migrate to Australia. But in this case, it doesn't concern you as an international student who wants to move to Australia with a student visa. I am actually doing this video because I have noticed from my Facebook pages that a couple of my followers do not actually understand these migration terms. Many people do not do the research. So as I am doing the research, I would hope to bring out the material here. Welcome to our channel. Please do me a favor, like this video, share the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, because that is the only way you can encourage me, or you can give me a super thanks from the video description box or on my channel. Thank you so much. Let's go into the video and talk about the changes. The Minister of Home Affairs and Cyber Security in Australia, I don't want to mention her name, on August, not even August, but on June 12, 2024, brought out a communique which says that Australia is going to be ending visa hopping. Now, you may be wondering, what is visa hopping? Visa hopping simply means that you move into a country with a different visa, while in the country, you now convert the visa that you came with into the country initially to another different visa. Okay, now, and this information, it doesn't concern everyone. It is just for those who are moving to Australia with visitor visa or maritime crew visa, and those that had graduated in Australia already and did not get permanent residency. Now let me explain further so you understand. So, like I said, on June 12, 2024, the Minister of Migration, Home Affairs and Cybersecurity said that Australia is going to be ending visa hopping, and this is going to take effect from July 1st. So as you watch this, just remember that from July 1st, July have already passed, right? Which means the law is already in operation now. You cannot move to Australia again with a visitor's visa or a maritime crew visa and later on convert the visa inside Australia to a study visa. You cannot do it anymore. Why is it so? Why did the minister say so? The reason is because the minister realized that 36,000 people came to Australia as visitors, right? Then later on didn't go back to their home country, but decided to swap from visitors visa to study visas or to student visas, which means that they later came to Australia, applied for study for admissions, got admissions, and then swapped their visas to study visas. Of course, the minister also said that Australia is also getting a lot of money because of international immigration or migrants who are coming to Australia to study. She said that a lot of the money coming into the country is because of international students, but they are sorry, they have to stop this route. So if you move to Australia henceforth, okay, with a study visa, you are okay. That is the only legit way. If you go with a visitor's visa, just know that you would only visit for the duration you move in with. Then later on, you will jackpot back to your home country. I am saying this because many people do not know. People will still keep deceiving you that, oh, we can do visitor visa to you. You go into Australia, you convert to study visa. It is not possible again. It has changed from 1st of July. The minister have said so. Okay, so visa hopping means reducing the number of migrants. And this is another way Australia is using to reduce the number of migrants because they already know. All right. Some schools, before, there is a law in Australia which means that if you come in, which said if you come into Australia as a visitor, you are allowed to study for 3 months. You understand? But if the minister is saying that you cannot change your tourist visa anymore to a study visa, it means that they need to scrap off this law. So you should note that. go to Australia with a study visa. Otherwise, go as a visitor and leave because you cannot change it again. That is the option for number one. Then let's go to number two. The next thing says that those who are temporary graduate visas or graduate visas holders in Australia can no longer convert their graduate visas to student visas. Now, let me explain further so you understand. It means that if you study in Australia, finish your school, get a work experience, all right, or get a job and get work experience, but you are not able to apply for permanent residency, you will not be able to change from that status to a student again. Now, let me explain. In all countries abroad, even in Canada, when you finish school, you are given 1 year or 3 years to get what we call post-graduation work visa. In the Netherlands, it is called orientation year visa. In other countries, it is the same. When you graduate, you will now look for a job. They will give you time to look for a job. Australia will give you 2 years or 3 years depending on the course you study and the duration. You understand? Now you will look for a job to work, but most people, when they get work, when they graduate from school, they will rather, instead of them to get work in their field of area, they will now divert and do, some of them will do odd jobs. Most people do not work or get work experience in what they studied in school. So this in the terms affect them in getting invitations to apply for permanent residency. And at the end of the day, now the visa that was given to them maybe 2 years, 3 years, when it's about to expire and they haven't applied for the skill route visa, which is to get PR to remain permanently in Australia, they have no choice rather than to apply for another study visa. You understand? Like go again to study. And in this case, they will now remain in there. The smart move. So the minister have realized that 32,000 people in Australia are doing this particular thing and they don't want it again. So they want a situation where if you study accountancy, instead of you to get instead of you to go and start doing some minor jobs, supermarket jobs or whatever because of money and how much you are going to be paid, you must go directly and get work experience, work in the accounting firm, get work experience only in accountancy. This is what they are trying to say, because they need valuable people. And they are saying that in case you do not get it henceforth from July 1st, you will not apply again for a study visa. So please, as an international student, moving to Australia, even for studies, this now concerns you as an international student who wants to go and study in this particular country. You should note this. It's very, very important. This is the information I wanted to give you. Also, let me add here that every country has rules. This same thing is going to happen very soon in Canada. For those of you who are already in Canada, you can see how to get PR is usually very difficult. I always say it that if you want to get PR, fast PR, go to those provinces, the Atlantic region, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Saskatchewan, maybe Manitoba. It must not necessarily be Atlantic region, but in as much as you are aware where you can get your PR easily, it's also very important. That is to say, as you are moving to Australia, I have a video I did about skilled jobs that are in demand. Apply for things related to those jobs that are in demand. They need cybersecurity people, accountants, software developers. Apply for such courses. People in the hospitality, chefs, hotel managers, apply for such courses so that when you go and you study, definitely you can never lack a job if you study hospitality in Australia. That is definitely not going to happen, because there are a lot of hotels, a lot of visitors. So definitely they will need people to work in those areas. And when you get work experience there, then you will now apply for PR easily. But when you go and you study some funny courses, because maybe you are running away for tuition fee, too much tuition fee, or maybe you are running away because of a particular location, it will affect you later, because maybe if you end up not getting a job, you will be forced to do those odd jobs, which will end up putting you in a situation like this, and you might not apply again for any study visa. I'm saying this to everybody who is moving abroad. So please put all these things into consideration. It's so important, so that at the end of the day, you don't blame anybody. I hope you enjoy this. We are going to meet again in another one, but please remember there are more updates coming, and I will be sharing this as the days goes by. Till we meet again, do not forget to subscribe. It is very important. Please share with at least one family member and encourage them to share as well. I hope you get this. Till we meet again in another one. Bye bye.